Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. My name's Jim, and I'm a Forex trader and a crypto trader, and I specialize in helping people learn how to use Elliott Wave to make daily calls and predictions about what the market might do. So far, the market's been acting beautifully according to the charts. We've called this one down. It's actually headed down to $95 last night, and we want to look at Litecoin and Bitcoin today and just see where we're headed and see what kind of trades there might be in the future. All right, with that being said, don't forget I'm not a financial advisor. Let's jump into the charts. This is going to be kind of a quick one, guys. Let me tell you what I'm seeing here. First off, let's look at Litecoin, and then we'll get into Bitcoin. I'm still looking at this WXY. Let me back out here so you can see this a little bit better. You can see this red channel that I have here. They're kind of major trend lines here. Um, and this trend line has a 1, 2, 3 touch, and we just came down and touched it again for the fourth time. So it's looking pretty good for a bounce. In fact, we've had a bounce from $95 to 102. That's a $7 bounce. But the question is, what's it going to do? Well, up to this point, it's just wicked down here. I'm not convinced it's done. I am not convinced it's done, although it was a pretty heavy move and a pretty heavy reaction. The reaction has stalled. We are taking a pullback. We might continue up to the upside. That's a possibility. But I don't know if we need to come down and touch this a little heavier and a little thicker with a more steady candle. We'll be looking at that. So let's look in at the 2 hour chart here to see if we can see anything else in the Elliott wave count. I am still looking at this WXY that I've been calling for the last several weeks now. It's been since I guess I've been calling this WXY since about right in here. It's been about 2 to 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks almost. This basically was a three wave. I kind of said, man, I was calling this three wave when it was being formed. You can go back and look at the dates there. I was just like, it's not measuring right. It was measuring correctively, and so we called that. And it came to 1276. It did make a higher high than here, so that's an expanded. This is called an expanded flat correction. It's an ABC, but then we had another three wave to the upside with a pullback down to the downside, which is most likely an X wave, which is followed by another ABC, which is what we got. So our hypothesis has been confirmed up to this point, and yeah. So the only other count we could possibly have here, guys, is and this is a pretty bearish possibility if this is not a WXY. If it's a WXY, we need to see a rebound right here in the charts, okay? We need to be seeing a rebound right here. The lowest I want to go is about $90 for that to be okay. The lowest I want to see let's see, the lowest I want to see this end up going is about $90 for this WXY to be in play, and that means we're heading up from here. We should see 5 waves to the upside. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'd like to see. Now, what else could be in play? I want to talk about some potential scenarios, because as traders, what we need to do is be ready for the potential scenarios and just think about, okay, what are possibilities? Could your count be wrong? Um, So right here, a possibility is that this actually was the end of 5, and we have a truncated fifth wave. It's just truncated. It's a failed wave, and then we headed down. That would mean we would have 5 waves to the downside, and it's hard to get the 4 and the 5, but it's there. So we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we got a B wave, or a 2. Excuse me, that would be a 1 wave followed by a 2 wave. And then we're making the 3 wave. 1, 2, 3. That means we've got some more heavy downside to come down here to the $78 mark. Actually, let me do a little bit better on the fibs there. Just talking bearish with you right now, just as a bearish potential. So that would mean we'd be looking at something like this. We'd be coming down here to $76 for our third wave. We're at 1, 2. That would mean that this is our one wave. No, that's not right. Sorry. This is our one wave of the three. Yeah, 83, and then yeah, it's measuring correctly for that, but we'll have to wait and see. So I want you to be prepared for that potential, guys. That if we come down here and hit $90, and we don't bounce from there pretty strongly up, um, or if we don't bounce from where we are, it just looks like it needs to continue coming down. From where we are. That's why I'm telling you. I just go by gut sometimes. I don't confirm my trades with my gut, but man, when I'm looking at something, I feel like we're getting something like this. We've gotten like a wick down, we got to pull back, and then we're going to get something like this. Then we got another wick down, and then we had to pull back, and then we came down, and it just kept coming down a bunch of times. So I feel like we're going to need some more substantial trading down in this area, some more hits to this line in order for that to be a substantial base, trading base to bounce off of. So be aware of that scenario and that potential. Now, I don't. I don't know if this is going to hold or if we're going to head down here to that 1276 of the WXY. So that WXY measures down to the 1276 at 90. I've been calling that for several weeks as well. So I want you to be aware of that. That $90 is still a potential target, and be aware of that scenario. Now, if we get a good bounce here, we might come up here and retest this yellow line of death before we continue coming down, because though we did cross that, we it may become resistance now, and so that it may be a good place to bounce off of with an ABC and to come on down for a fifth wave. Now, if this is ABC, this is 1, 2. This looks. This doesn't look like a three-way 4 and 5. This looks more like. In fact, let's just throw the fibs back on that. This would be a 1, 2. Yeah, this looks like the three wave. Looks like we're coming up for 4, and we're going to have to go down for 5. So if this is A, B, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, we're in the fourth wave, guys. Looks like, and it looks like we need to come down one more time to hit the bottom at $90. So, and my projection is we're going to make another low. That doesn't mean we're not going to bounce here. It just means that we're probably going to make another low. So that's what I'm looking at. So bearish scenario, we're coming down way down here to $84 and a little lower than that. Actually, it'll be lower than that for sure. But that's the next stopping point. Guys, when I wake up in the mornings, I try to get my blood flowing. I tried to breathe really well, do some breathing exercises before, see if I get enough oxygen to the brain, and I just don't. So I'm still yawning. You've been around a while. You just got to sit through the yawns. I'm really, really sorry. But I hate it. I can't stand it, but it is what it is. It's the life of a trader. I don't get a ton of sleep, and then I wake up in the morning to do these videos before I go to work this morning, yeah, we're trying to get going. I'm using a lot of oxygen as I'm talking, and so the yawns are asking for oxygen into the brain. So if you want my brain to keep working on the charts, I need to yawn. Please forgive me, okay? Thanks so much. All right. So anyway, yeah. So the bearish scenario, we're coming down here to 84 for a little bounce, and even lower than that to finish out a fifth wave to the downside. Then we'll have a nice substantial bounce back up for a two wave, and then we're going even lower for a three wave. So yeah, it's looking pretty. That is a really strong bearish count. I don't think that's the count. I don't think that's in play, but it is a potential way to interpret this market. So I want you to be aware of that. Now, the way I've been interpreting the market is this is a WXY. We are almost finished. We either this is the bottom, which I don't think it is, but it could be, but I don't think it is. I think the $90 is looking a little bit more certain for a bottom, whether it's WXY. But I don't know that. But so we're close to the bottom. We're looking for a 5 waves to the upside as a nice reversal pattern. Looking for 5 good waves. Now, when we finished this correction right here, we had five good waves followed by a two. That was a nice one wave followed by a two. And then we had a great push up above that high in the third wave. I'd like to see that again. I'd like to see that again. I'd like to see a nice one wave followed by a two wave down back here, and then a nice push up above that top for that. So that's what I'll be looking for here. So long range, long term. If we're bullish, once we get down here, we're looking for something like this. Okay, and then that's going to get us up to that. That yeah. Let's try that again. That's going to get us up to that 165 to 180 80 range, most likely. So it depends on how long that three is. Depends on how long each of these waves are. So no way to tell, no way to know for certain. You got plenty of time to think about getting in. No worries here, no problem. But we want to confirm. That this is bullish. One of the ways to do that is you wait for this one wave. If you really want to play it safe, you wait for this one wave to complete, and then you wait for the retrace, and you get in on the two wave. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Right here, we waited for the one. You can wait for the one wave, and then it came down for the two, and then we had a 1, 2 of the three, and then we kept on going. And so there was your entry. You notice this trend line I drew right here at this break of that trend line. There's your entry point, and you just stay long. That's one way to play that. It's a really safe way. You miss out on some money, but you know that your money is going in the right direction, and so it's a safe way to play this market. Okay. All right. Anything else we need to talk about here? I think that's about all we want to talk about. But last night, just want to remind you of the benefits of the Litecoin swing trading community. Please feel free to join us here on Facebook. Just search Litecoin swing trading community. Last night, I made a call. I said it's looking like a wave four, and we're going to come to the downside. And certainly, there was my chart that I offered my people here. I also. We got a good community of people just talking about this trade as we're going through it. And then, I said, where was it? I can't find it. Right. I said right here in this, I said, if you watch the video from yesterday, the backwards H is happening now. So often I give signals in this group that I can't give on YouTube. So if you want those extra signals and extra community and trading, you join the Litecoin swing trading community. There'll be 3 questions you need to ask. If you don't ask them, we don't allow you in. Just want to remind you about that group. It's completely free. Where was I on the chart? There we go. Completely free, so you don't have to worry about paying any dues or anything like that. It's just a great community of people. But if you come in, be a great person, because we don't allow bad people in. As soon as you show your butt, we give you a little bit of a warning, and after that, you're gone, because we just keep it nice. It's a friendly place for learners, and you just keep your attitude in check, and everything's good. We don't have Facebook fights or anything like that. They're very, very rare in this group, so it's a great group to be in. All right, there's my pitch there for the Litecoin swing trading community. You'll like it. It's one of the best groups on Facebook. In my opinion, the best. All right, let's look at BTC. Let's look at the same deal. We've had an ABC up to the upside. We just hit the one-to-one extension. Had a reaction off of it. Doesn't look strong enough. We'll have to see if it's going to continue coming down, or if it's going to go up to the 1276 or to the 1618. Remember, if it gets up to the 1618 and passes it, we know that we're making possibly a one wave. This would be a 1, a 2, and this would be a 3, 4, 5, and that's a good thing. That's a sign of reversal, and that's a good thing for Bitcoin. So we want to be watching that. So Litecoin and Bitcoin still in the balance here. The interesting thing about Bitcoin, let me just jump out just a little bit here to see that in the grand scheme of things. There we go. This was the high. This doesn't look ABC-ish, guys. It looks very motive-like. It looks very... I'm having a hard time finding a one wave, but other than that, this looks very motive-like. This looks very ABC-ish here. To me, just looking at it, looks like it needs to come down, which would correlate with our LTC coming down again. So be mindful of that possibility that Bitcoin might be coming down some more. It's looking like it, but I can't quite tell. BTC hit the BTC is in a little bit different place in the chart than Litecoin is, and I'll tell you why. because we came up and hit, this is an ABC, came up and hit this one-to-one extension that measures correctively, and then we had just a massive rejection to the downside. I think we're going to get more, and if that's the case, that means that the LTC and everybody else is going to bleed down as well. So that this bullish case is not looking fantastic, to be honest with you. It's not looking fantastic. If BTC reverses from here and we keep going to the high and make another high here, well then that's a completely different story. So be watching BTC because that's going to tell the tale for us. Okay. The other option is this might be we might need one more leg down to complete 5 waves down. Then we're going to see a nice substantial bounce for a 2 wave or a B wave for BTC. So that might also be in the cards for BTC. So be aware of that as well. All right, there's your market update. That's all I've got for you today. There's more we could talk about, but don't forget, trade with stops, please. Trade with stops. I'm going to be doing a tutorial video on how to use Coinbase Pro, how to set stops, how to set limit orders as well. I've been having some requests for that. There's several of you that just don't know how to do that. And if you're going to start trading, you need to learn what a stop is. You need to learn how to set your stops, how to set a limit order, how to set targets, and those things. You don't want to be using market orders all the time because market orders, well, they cost twice the amount that a limit order does. And a lot of times you don't get you don't get as good of an entry as you would if you set a limit order. So we want to talk about market and limit orders and stop losses as well, and using Coinbase Pro in particular because a lot of you are using Coinbase Pro. All right, you guys have a fantastic day. Please like, subscribe, share the content, show some love in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions. You guys have a fantastic Thursday. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.